Don't need the government going through my underwear drawer. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason I have my name on the side of the building, so I can tell you, stick it. You don't get to come over here and dictate policy inside these walls, you doober. Cancel that one.
My question for you today is it time for me to leave my family business? I am the president and owner of a property maintenance and landscape business. We have about 18 employees and a few handful of subcontractors. And we do about $1.8 million a year in revenue. And yeah, so long story short, I'm just really seeking some guidance here. I don't know if it's time for me to leave because it's just one event after another. I started this. Well,
Wait a minute, I thought, did you not just tell me you're the president and the owner?
I am, yes.
So you're wanting to fire you?
Yes, that is correct, Dave. That is correct.
What did you do wrong?
I know, right? That's a good question. But
no, I mean, if you're in control, what is driving you out of this thing? I don't understand.
Well, yeah, that's a great question, and I have some context to that. So it was actually a family business that started in the early 2000s that was kind of founded by my father. It was just an opportunity that fell in his lap, and it was very lucrative. It was very lucrative for the family, and it required minimum effort. In fact, it was able to send me and my other siblings to school. We were able to get an education. And as I was in my career, I saw that the business was still, fairly lucrative with minimal effort. And I thought to myself, I said, hey, I really think if we actually put some effort into this and really get some things systematized and some policies and procedures in place, I really think that we can do well for the family and leave a legacy.
Let me fast forward to today. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. For sure.
Today you own it.
For sure. Yes.
And today you're the president.
Correct.
Okay. So if something's broken, why don't you fix it?
My labor rates just astronomically went up about 30 to 40% within the past 6 months, just due to some prevailing wage requirements that I have absolutely zero control over. And it just caused me to have to back pay employees. And it's just something that it was just completely unforeseen and not much that I could really...
I'm sorry, what wage requirements did the state of Texas put on a landscaper?
So I do a lot of governmental work.
Oh. You don't have to.
I don't. And
okay.
again,
then there goes your wage requirements. The government doesn't get to tell me what I pay people. Screw them. I'd rather not have them as a customer.
And that's where I find myself in this place. I have obligations now.
I'm not gonna cave to the wage requirements. I'm gonna cancel the contract and get a contract with somebody who doesn't tell me how to run my own business.
And that leaves me into a situation now because I've thought about that. I've wrestled with that. But if I decide to cancel that contract, that exposes me to some monetary damages.
No, not if they're coming in and telling you to change your wages. They've canceled the contract. I have a contract that says I provide this for you, and I don't have a wage requirement. And then you come in and superimpose a wage requirement on that? Screw you. Mm-hmm. We don't have a contract anymore. You need to get a lawyer, dude.
And this thing, I have one, and that's what my legal team kind of told me is that I can be liable and he'll, for liquidable damages if...
How long did you sign a contract to cut the grass for the government?
Well, it's facility maintenance with grass cutting, but this contract is for 4 years. And we'll be concluding year one this upcoming July. So I'm on the hook for another 3 more years. And I'm trying.
After you signed the contract, they came in and superimposed wage requirements. The feds did.
It's a little bit more complicated than that, but in short, the wage requirements that they had, the state did not give me accurate wages. And what happened was...
Oh, it's the state.
Correct.
Okay.
They didn't give me current wages at the time where I submitted my bid. And prior to me submitting my bid, I'm calling the Department of Labor, I'm calling every agency.
So you did $1.7 million. How much of this is that crap?
About 1.2.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so you got to go get a bunch of private business gathered up to offset this mistake until this mistake goes away. Yeah, because you devalued the business. You ran your expenses up without because you didn't read your contract, didn't know what the RFP was, and you didn't understand the request for proposal gave them the ability to run your business for you. Which I would have told them to get screwed and drop the proposal. No, thank you. I don't need them in my business. Only the government going through my underwear drawer. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll screw up Christmas, state or local or feds.
Sure.
If they were brilliant, they'd be doing something else.
Sure.
So no, we're not. I'd get out of that. So I mean, you may be on the hook for that, but I'm going to provide minimal, functional, and get through that thing. And I'm going to go back to them and ask them if there's anything they'll do to release me from the contract because the wages that they superimposed are killing me. And I'm going to ask for mercy and ask to be released. Meantime, I'm going to go get a bunch of other business. It's not stupid government stuff.
Yeah.
You thought you hit the lottery, and instead you got sucked in to a mess.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head with that synopsis, Dave.
Yeah, and then that took your hope away, and now you want to just give up.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Absolutely.
Fight. Get your business back. Don't let them close you down with one bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
You can push your way through this. Go get $4 million worth of other private yards to cut or whatever it is you're doing, facility management, that is not superimposing wages on you. Build a set of wages around that with a separate division of the company that's not superimposed by the government, and then run this government contract out or ask them to get out of it and keep running the thing, man. Keep running it. But yeah, what made it complicated was when you involved the bureaucrats.
Yeah.
And that's the end of peace. Peace leaves my life when I have bureaucrats enter my life. Things were going good until the bureaucrats showed up. I was kind of having fun until the bureaucrats showed up. Yeah, the bureaucrats really showed up during like COVID. They all of a sudden thought they had all kinds of power that they didn't have too. That was fun. It was fun to get to tell them to stick it. And it's the reason I have my name on the side of the building, so I can tell you, stick it. You can't do this. You don't get to tell me what to do here. It's not how this works. And you kind of got to get that thing going, that arrogance, if you want to call it that. I don't care if you call it that, if you call it confidence, or if you call it courage. It's the reason I work for myself, so I don't have to put up with people like that. Good God. I don't think we want to be associated with a company that doesn't require masks. I don't think I want to be associated with a company that wants to tell me how to run my business. You got confused. I was simply providing you with XYZ. You don't get to come over here and dictate policy inside these walls, you doober. Cancel that one, $1.2 million. Cancel that one, $3 million. Cancel that one. I canceled a bunch of them. It was just glorious. But it hurt the old pocketbook, but it reminded me who was in charge, me and God, not the bureaucrats, and not some woke idiot at another company dictating to me how I'm going to pay wages or how I'm going to do what here. I'm going to abide by the federal law, but that's all I'm going to do. And that's the maximum I'm going to do. The rest of it is get your filthy hands off my stuff. And that's why I own my own thing, guys, because I'm that old grouchy dude. I'm that guy. I'm Oscar on Sesame Street, right? I mean, that's it. So, but it's also what caused me to be able to grow this thing and not give up. So, Chris, get grouchy, buddy. Get pissed off about this, about people trying to run your family business. It was going good till the government got involved. I mean, good Lord. Ronald Reagan used to say that. He said, the scariest words in the world are when someone says, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Yeah, that's the scariest phrase on the planet. So I'm sorry you got caught up in that. I hope you can find a way to get out of that contract and turn that crap back over to them so they quit running your business, or find a way to survive it and not just collapse under the weight of this one error that you made. And, brother, we've all made bigger mistakes than that one. I definitely have, and I've survived them. That's how this works. Wow. You're a good man, Chris. Keep fighting. Don't bend, man. Push your way right through it and learn from your mistakes. And next time you won't sign one of those contracts without actually knowing what it says. All that kind of stuff. Ouch. I want you to keep in mind, 54% of the gross domestic product in America's economy is produced by small businesses with 500 or fewer team members. That means over half of our economy is generated by those of you that own and operate small businesses. And yet, it feels sometimes like you're out here alone. Well, you're not. There's a bunch of us. And you're not. I love you. I got your back. I'll fight for you. I think you're the best. I think you deserve to win. I think you're one of the things that makes America great is people starting something new. It's people fighting to keep something free. The free enterprise system. It's like liberty and stuff. The free enterprise system represents free Americans' right to go do something. You live in one of these other stinking communist countries, you can't do this. You can't just decide one morning I'm in business. My dad gets his lawnmower and starts a family lawn business in 2000, and now here I am 25 years later, he was saying, running this thing, and now the government gets involved and takes away my freedom and starts telling me what to do. That stuff pisses me off at a personal level because it's happened to me and it's happened to you guys too. You operate in America. This is the land of the free. Oh, and by the way, in order for it to be free, it's the home of the brave. So be brave. Be courageous. Fight for your freedom in the marketplace. And I'm not talking about physically fighting. I'm not talking about bringing a war or something, but it's a metaphor to remind you that it's tough out there in the market. And sometimes we step on our own toes and bruise them. I've done that more times than other people have stepped on mine. The biggest mistakes at Ramsey have been my fault, not somebody outside this place attacking us. It's just been stupid butt stuff I've done. So you're your own worst enemy most of the time if you're listening to this. But that's okay. You can even survive that stupidity. But you learn from it and you go on and you're courageous to keep going. This is the land of the free and the home of the brave. So fight. Roll up your sleeves, throw your shoulders back, push through. Because you represent over half of the economy. And more than that, philosophically and economically, you represent freedom. When you decide, I'm going to start my own business and run my own business, and I'm going to make payroll, and I'm going to provide jobs, and I'm going to treat the people that work at my place right. I'm going to take good care of them. See, family business takes good care of their own people. They don't piss on them like corporate America does. Corporate America will set you on the sidewalk just to change their stock price, and then your house will be in foreclosure. We don't treat our team that way. We fight to protect our team. We keep them too long when they're screwing up. We're too graceful, too merciful with them. Corporate America doesn't do that. Corporate America slit your throat just to see if you will bleed. And we all know that. Everybody walking around since knows what I'm talking about. So here's the deal. It is worth fighting for, but it is sometimes lonely. You feel like you're by yourself. You're not by yourself. It is sometimes you live with the regret of the stupid stuff you've done that's still in the rearview mirror, but thank God the rearview mirror is smaller than the windshield. That's called grace. My sins are in my past. I got new ones in my future. New things I get to try and do and be in my future with the wisdom that came from the scars from that mistake I made or mistakes I made. And that's what we do when we're running a business, boys and girls. If you thought this was a hockey stick up and to the right and easy, you read the wrong book, honey. This is hard. It's just worth it because you get to maintain your dignity and you get to maintain your freedom.